Down to this level because Tracy's on a wheelchair.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are Loops and Lapbars.
Yes, and we are here today at opening season day at Alton Towers. That is also Nemesis is reopening as well.
Yeah, and we'll just go straight into it. Nemesis is looking wonderful.
Yes.
It's having done European parks last year and whatnot, it really does feel like they've pulled out all the stops to make it look like a world-class ride.
Right, yeah.
No, obviously not ridden it yet. The queue as it stands is about 5 hours.
Yeah.
But as you've probably seen, or you'll see in a minute, we queued to see John Wardley and John Burton, both creative leads who have basically made what it once was and what it is now, and they were lovely, weren't they?
Yes, very, very nice.
And now I'm just going to take us up. we're in queue to go to the shop because we've had a brief look in there. And it looks like there's all sorts of Nemesis Reborn specific merchandise.
It does, yeah. We're seeing bits around, and there's like cups, there's pop badges, there's a few other bits that you sat there going, oh yeah, this is really, really nice. So we've got a lot of new merch in the main shop up on Tower Street as well.
Yeah, we'll go back in there a bit later on, and I'll run the camera around.
Small fortune spent on both parts.
But that's one of the things that we can moan and whinge about with Merlin, but they are very good at separating us from money. It's very good, and I don't mind that.
And considering the park is really quite busy today, it's not busy that you can't move.
Yeah.
Which has been good. Because like rumours going around 14 to 20,000 people in the park.
It probably is about that, but
they've
spaced everything out.
Everything's spaced out, and you are on top of each other, but not too much.
Yeah, and it's obviously we're not usually of the disabled variety or anything like that.
Not. So,
but it is interesting to see how the park's laid out for somebody who has not as able-bodied as us.
Yeah.
So they've got access needs. We might touch on that a little bit today, because as we're coming to the Nemesis area, you do have to take longer routes around to get to places, but everything is still wheelchair accessible, which is interesting. Like I said, I've never done anything like that before.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's a new little twin. So that's Nemesis Reborn, the Nemesis area. Like I say, we'll do the shop next, and then I think after that we're just going to wander around and see what rides have got 10-minute queues.
Yeah.
It started raining. We're at the end of the queue. Not far going off in the shop. Been about an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 20 minutes or something like that for the queue at the shop. Longest I've ever queued for anything that's not ride related, yeah. Let's go for a bit of a merch tour. So this is all the new Wickerman stuff. Patches. What I like about most of it, like this for example, it's embroidered. All that's embroidered, which means it's going to last. Then we've got 13. Got one of these. Start of the Smiler, because there's quite a lot of the Smiler, as you can imagine. And what we're finding is that t-shirts are, some of them are 22, some of them are 25, some of them are 35. Most expensive ones are 35, but embroidered, long sleeve, right sizes, that's the important thing. These are quite quirky. £6 for a colouring book. More of the Smiler. So we've got bags here, 16 quid for the littler ones, 25 for the bigger ones. And new socks. Some of the living things. Do like these. Rita's got some love this year as well. Not as much as I'd like, because I do like Rita. But more importantly, Galactica's got some love. It's nice to see the old flyer getting some attention. Yep, those are roller coaster coasters. Also got LED bracelets, which Tracy's going to model. If she can find the button. Yeah, just flashes. Very much like dog collars, to be honest, but they're only a £5. Yeah, something a bit different. £6 for your key rings and magnets. I do like the new 18 quid jumbo mug. Probably get, probably a pint and a half of tea in that. And these are new ones. Wickerman branded warmies, stick them in the microwave, keep you warm. As well as some new cushions. And more Wickerman merch. Some of the older Subterra and Nemesis lines, because all of the Nemesis stuff, apart from the stuff you've seen here, has been moved down to the bunker. Got a wide selection of caps. Some of these are old, some of them are new, but they're 15 quid a pop. As well as 8 quid for socks. More Galactica getting love here again.
Hello.
Hello.
And here we are in the car.
Yes. So at the start of the video, I did mention that because Tracy got the disabled buggy, that we were going to talk about disability access and things like that. Can't really talk about it all too much because we kind of got sidetracked with just how good the Nemesis area was, and we got stuck in queue after queue after queue. We
did predominantly though come here today for Nemesis and Nemesis reopening. But that said though, Dave did Nemesis, we all did Curse and Gangster Granny as well, so we can tell you about the access and issues and stuff with them. Yep,
so starting off with Nemesis, there are steps in the queue line. So if you're on crutches and things like that, you could probably navigate the queue line, but there's a load of steps at the start and it's quite uneven, but for the most part it's not too bad. Just while we're on Nemesis, might as well talk about the ride experience that I had. It's the same old Nemesis that I remember. It's not glass smooth, and in some ways that's a good thing, in other ways it's a bad thing, because there's no head banging, which is good, but very much like Mandrill Mayhem, the train bounces. Now obviously with Mandrill Mayhem being a wing, you can expect that with Nemesis, it's almost as though the wheels aren't fully circular. They're it's like I don't know, like they're a polygon or something like that. Yeah, and it just it's not, it doesn't ruin the ride or anything like that. And the fact that the area is so wonderfully sets, all the set pieces and the helicopter and everything,
yeah,
it does make up for that.
Nice to see that Merlin have actually taken the time with Nemesis. The repaint and the new colours look absolutely fantastic. They've updated it, which looks good as well. And as a theme aficionado,
Yeah.
I have to say, today the area is on par with European parks.
Yeah,
really good.
What I said with that one, it's no longer here's the ride and then there's an entrance to Nemesis. You're entering the Nemesis area. You are entering the whole ride area, and I like that. It's very good, and I think it's world class now. I think that the ride itself was obviously world class in the fact that it was Nemesis. It was 30 years old. Everybody loves Nemesis, but now it's the same Nemesis but black and red.
Yeah, and it's a bit more themed throughout the entire area as you go in. They've got more sort of lights, and it's prettier in the evening.
Searchlights.
The blade has also been given a repaint to fit in with the area, and I'm hoping next year they will hopefully close down Galactica and bring that into the area as well.
Galactica,
because it sticks out like a bit of a sore thumb at the moment, and it would have been nice to see Galactica get at least a repaint.
Yep. A final thing on that as well, because the way the queue line is for Nemesis, it's opened up an awful lot more photo opportunities in Nemesis as well as Galactica's drop. But that's as far as I'm going to go with that, because there's not much more we can talk about. So now
and they've also got a new Nemesis only shop in the Nemesis area as well. So much like you got the Smiler shop, they've done the same with Nemesis.
This is where we lost quite a lot of time because we queued for about 2 hours to get into the shop. But yeah, the merchandise is very good in there, and as you can see there, a bit on the so I'd say it's a bit on the pricey side, but I don't care about the price at this point, because I feel like what they've done with Nemesis sort of makes up for it. But yeah, we lost a fair lot of time in the queue for Nemesis as well as the queue for the shop. We did queue, as you saw earlier on, we queued to see John Wardley in his photo, wasn't he? But yeah, moving on from there, we did have some dinner.
Yep.
We had that by...
we went round to Mutiny Bay and had a selection of kebabs, nachos and wraps as well.
So I had Burger Kitchen, because I've had Burger Kitchen before, and it was... and it's about the same now. I don't think it was terrible, but I don't think it was the best either. What was your wrap like?
I had a chicken tikka wrap and a portion of chips. Now, I feel personally, the chips were nice, but I do feel I paid a little bit more than probably what I should have been. It was roughly 13 quid, which I thought was on a bit of the pricey side for what it was, but it was tasty. I was only waiting relatively 5 minutes for it, so that's not too bad.
Yep. And then after that we went to Red Nemesis, and on the way back we had to go on Curse, because we were intending to do Curse first, but it was closed. Now when we got on that, in terms of access, Tracy managed to hobble all the way around the queue line, up the few stairs that there are to get actually onto Curse, and then obviously inside Curse itself. There's the sort of mock floor that is uneven and things like that, but it's flat. It's just angled.
Yeah, relatively easy to navigate around, relatively easy to get on the ride. Took my crutches on with me as well, so that was fine.
Yeah, and as for the ride itself, it's Curse but plus, because they've taken on board some of the criticisms.
And they've added a couple new bits in, which is nice, and they've slowed it down in a couple of places, so you actually get to see all the effects as you go through.
I always thought that was the case, but yeah, the most important takeaway from that is the fact that there were sections where it was just completely dark and Emily was taunting you from above, but now there's a few little scenes. It's nothing major, but it just brings it together. As for the final one, Gangster Granny, exactly the same, completely flat. It was very easy to access, apart from the was like 3 steps, something like that, at the very end of the queue line.
By the time we got round to Gangster Granny, literally just before we finished the night, it was dead, which was really nice.
Straight walk on.
Straight walk on. Nice ride.
Nothing's changed with that one. I do feel like that Curse is now showing it up. Because it does feel like Curse has got sort of newer effects, despite the fact that a lot of them were in dual, and Gangster Granny It's just there's a lot of displays and lights, and that's kind of about it. But it's still a good ride.
Yeah.
But I think that Curse has now upstaged it a little bit. Then from there we had to go, back in the shop to just as you'll see in a moment, the merch tour. Very impressed with the merchandise.
Yeah, and just overall, Alton Towers, they've put in sort of new lighting. They look like the lighting stands that have been temporary on the green bit of grass where the fireworks take place. They've now gone in permanent, rope round the grass. They've put up some lights as well. There's a lot of lights now on the walk bit between Curse and Towers. It's looking nice. And a lot of the generator style lights, now they've put them in, have gone, which is also nice to see.
Yeah, it just feels like they've done a glow up on Alton Towers, but unlike Thorpe Parker were doing the Sparkle project, Alton Towers have done bits and bats here and there and just improved it. And I feel like already Alton Towers is what it should be.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because obviously Nemesis is back, but it's more the fact that the whole package is there. The Stafford Coaches, the merchandise is there. The rides are there. All rides are available today that I could see. We didn't go on many, like I said, we only went on 3. But Nemesis only broke down once from what we saw. Galactica was constantly running. Spinball had a bit of issue. Wickerman seemed to run all day from what we could see in the app. But there's those. It looks nice. It feels nice. It just feels like a premier park again. Now whether it's because Alton Towers is good or whether certain other parks have opened earlier on this year have not had such a good opening, but
and kudos essentially to their merchandise crew. It looks like they've taken a lot of feedback on board over the last year from guests, especially with the sizing and the availability of sizing.
Just to touch on that, we got to the Nemesis shop
about half 11 we got there.
Yeah, we got to the Nemesis shop and then obviously we started queuing. It was about 1 o'clock by the time we got there, so the park had been open, I don't know how long that is, and they still had sizes of things in there for that fit everybody, which I like. That it means that they didn't just order 2 XL t-shirts and you can fight amongst yourselves. There was plenty to pick from. Yeah,
there was. And there's different types of merchandising in this year. They've got hoodie style jumpers without the actual hood on, so they're more hoodie style.
They're called zip jumpers, but they're zipping jumpers. A lot of long sleeve shirts, and as you see, a lot of embroidered. So it's just because I got asked at the end of the day what we thought about the merchandise, and I was like, yes, it's excellent because you've taken on board the fact that you can do different sizes, but also the fact that there's a lot of embroidery in there, which means that we can put it through the wash a couple of times and it's not just going to destroy the design. And
they've got new magnets, new pin badges, obviously. For anyone that collects the series pin badges for pin trading that they did last year, they've now got season 2 out and they're in the shapes of tickets.
Yeah, we've got 2 blind bags, 1 each. We've not opened them yet though.
No.
I might do that tomorrow or something like that and
do an unwrapping video.
But before we waffle on too much, that's Alton Towers. We were intending to do a big video on it, but it's basically Alton Towers, how wonderful the merch is and how good Nemesis is, with a sprinkling of Curse.
With a sprinkling of Curse. To be fair, we were only planning to do sort of Nemesis area today,
and then wander around.
As the day's gone on, it has got colder and it has got considerably wetter as well. And everyone that's been to Alton Towers in the rain, it's not fun walking around Towers in the rain.
Everyone's been in good spirits. But anyway, so that's us signing out for. Well, it's not us signing out for. Because there's the other thing that we did today that don't really count as a thing, but it's all the people that we saw. So obviously Loops and Donuts, they were with us. We saw all the theme park Insanity crew. It's a Stacey thing with it. Was here Mike and Stacey from Love to Explore.
Coastering with the Joneses.
iCoaster were here.
iCoaster,
Theme Park Worldwide. They were making a good fuss. And all the others, and I do apologise if we've not mentioned any other names, but this is for you. We do acknowledge that you're there. We've just forgotten your names. That's us going to sign out for Alton Towers. Great day, great time. That's us.
That's us. Yes.
So we've got the blind bags. We've only got 2 of them, but we're just going to open them and see what we get. Been loads of Hyperion ones, so I wonder what we're going to get.
I got Hyperion.
Tracy's got a Hyperion one. And I'm going to guess, if Tracy holds the camera, that I'm going to get Hyperion as well. Oh yay, we got a Hyperion one. So the blind bag's not really blind bags because everyone gets the same.